titles right? Deepening your yoga practice.
I said deepen your yoga practice.
Deepen your yoga practice. Cool. Excuse me. All right. Hey guys, what's up? It's Dean. Welcome to Manful Yoga. In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can deepen your yoga practice. So, to me, deepening your yoga practice refers to improving your asana practice or improving your yoga posture, improving the actual physical practice of yoga. So this is learning more about the technique. This is improving your technique in the postures. This is learning more intermediate and advanced postures. And this is also more about improving your overall strength and your flexibility and your mobility and balance with yoga. So this falls into basically the physical aspects of yoga. And this video is directed toward those people who are already doing yoga and enjoy what they're doing with yoga, but they might want to get a little bit deeper into the physical side of yoga. So if you already attend a yoga studio or you use other online yoga workouts or online yoga videos or resources, but you want you're looking for a yoga instructor that focuses more on the physical side of yoga. So we've got tons of people who are, is this going or?
It's crapped out.
It crapped out? All right, so which one is that?
Facebook.
Okay, so, sorry, we're having technical issues with one of our cameras. But, so these are the people who, again, who are already going to yoga practice, who are already going to a yoga studio using online videos, but they're looking for either they're looking for more intense yoga workouts, they're looking to improve their technique, or they're just looking to learn more about the postures in general. So these people, maybe you don't have time for 60-minute practice all the time, maybe you don't have time to go to the yoga studio all the time. So you're looking for shorter workouts you can do, maybe 20, 30-minute workouts, things that are still give you a good workout, but don't take, full 90 minutes. And some other people that we actually encountered are people who have lost access to the yoga instructor that they prefer to practice with, and they haven't found someone that they really like yet to replace them. So this is for these people. They go online and they find a yoga instructor they like online instead of one that's in person. So that addresses a lot of the people that we work with here, that I work with at Manful Yoga through my online members area. So some common problems with some common challenges. I won't say problems, but common challenges with people who are already practicing yoga at studios or online, and maybe looking for a little bit more. So they already have really strong lower body and moderately strong cores, right? So their core is strong, their lower body is strong. They know enough about the yoga postures, and they have a good idea of what they're supposed to do. They're pretty good at breathing. A lot of the time they'll have good body awareness. But some things that I notice with people who are only doing yoga at yoga studios and not focusing too much on advanced yoga practice, a lot of the time these people don't have a great idea of technique. A lot of the time I'll see that they're just following what other people are doing and just trying to copy what they're doing, and not necessarily they don't necessarily know what to do for each posture. They don't know where they should be feeling each posture, so how they should be feeling it in their body, which muscles they should be engaging. They don't understand what the postures do for their body. So when I say that, they don't understand that, for example, doing a warrior two helps to strengthen your glutes, which helps to relieve pressure from your knees and help to relieve pressure on your lower back. They don't understand what specific muscles are being targeted, so they don't know that warrior two is stretching the muscles in your groin or your adductors. It's also helping to work on ankle mobility, right? We're also working on core strength. We're working on glute engagement. We're working on improving posture. So we get more specific into what each posture is doing and how that's helping. Some other things I've noticed are a lot of yogis don't have the upper body or the shoulder strength to be able to do more advanced yoga postures. So they don't have the upper back strength to, or the shoulder or the chest or the arm strength to be able to do crow pose or forearm stand or handstand. They also lack proper shoulder mobility. So a lot of, and this is getting into the bigger problem, but they have the ability to interlace their fingers behind their back, right, like something like this, but they don't have the mobility to hold their arms in that position without interlacing, right? So there's a lot of emphasis on passive mobility or passive flexibility, and not a lot on active range of motion or being able to control and exhibit strength in end range of motion. And that's one of the biggest problems that I see with yogis, is that they focus on passive flexibility and not enough on active mobility. And active mobility is what ultimately helps to improve your overall mobility. Passive flexibility is it slowly increases your overall flexibility, but it does not lead into more strength. So if you're focusing more on active range of motion and active strength in extended range of motion, that helps a ton with improving your overall flexibility to a much greater extent. And it also makes you a lot stronger. So that's another really big problem that I see with people with yogis who haven't really done a more fitness-centric or kind of haven't done man-flow yoga yet. I'll also see a lot of issues with technique, particularly in forward folds. So people aren't using the proper muscle engagement in a forward fold. They're treating it more like a release instead of active engagement through their thighs and their core. I see people using Cobra more as a stretch, using your arms instead of using your spine and using your hips and your core. With Up Dog, I see it more as, instead of more of a push-up and more of a full body exercise, I see it more as, again, kind of a passive stretch. And so when people are practicing yoga like this and they don't have the right muscle engagement, they're actually increasing their risk of injury. So not only are you not getting as strong as you could with your yoga workouts, you're also setting yourself up for potential injury. And that's really frustrating, because I know a lot of people are going to yoga to help prevent injury. And when they do a lot of these things that I see at yoga studios, which is improper technique, then they're actually setting themselves up for potentially more injury. And then another big problem is that people aren't doing workouts that are designed for them. They're doing workouts that are general one-size-fits-all classes. So if someone's going in and they have back problems because they're sitting at a desk a lot, and they're doing a lot of forward folds in that class, that actually isn't going to help you with your issues. Yes, it can help to some extent, but it isn't as efficient as it possibly could be. So someone who sits a lot at work would be much better off doing back bends instead of forward folds, because that counters what you do during the day. Someone who's going to a yoga class to help improve their performance for weightlifting or for sports is much better off working on active mobility than on passive flexibility, which is what you'll get at most yoga studios. I've encountered very few yoga classes that focus on active mobility. And that's something that we'll do at Man-Flow Yoga. And then also people who are looking for more challenging workouts, because sometimes you go to a yoga studio and it really depends on what you get. It really depends on the instructor, right? Sometimes you'll have an instructor who's really focused on the physical side and you'll get a great workout. And sometimes you'll go and you'll spend 30 minutes in a seated meditation. So if you're looking for more challenging workouts and you want a you want to be able to know what you want a reliable expectation of what you're going to get before you go into it. Man-Flow Yoga is great because you know every time exactly what you're going to get. Are you going to get a intense workout that focuses on your hips, or are you going to get a restorative workout that focuses on shoulder recovery? So you kind of know exactly what you're going to get. You can pick and choose the workout that you want. And you don't have to kind of worry about getting a one-size-fits-all or just hoping to hit kind of the lottery and get exactly what you're looking for that day. And then the last main type of people that I work with are people who are interested in getting as strong as possible with yoga, and for whatever reason they don't want to use weights. along those same lines though, I also teach people who are primarily interested in yoga as their physical fitness about some basic resistance training exercises that they should be doing in order to keep their bodies healthy. So for example, yoga does all pushing exercises, right? There's no way to create pulling without an external force. So meaning I can push against the ground, right, with my hands. I can do push-ups. I can push into an up dog. I can do a plank. I can do a forearm plank or a dolphin or a down dog. But there's no way for me to do a pulling exercise with resistance. I can do a cobra and I can engage my pulling muscles, but there's nothing that I can actually pull against. I can't pull a weight. I can't pull a weight. I can't pull a resistance band or a weighted cable or a pulley of some sort unless I have that piece of equipment. So there are some things that I show you how to do, certain exercises that I show you how to successfully complement what you're doing with yoga. And the main reason for that is to correct muscular imbalances that are caused by a yoga-only practice. And some problems that happen when you don't do that, you're setting yourself up for a risk of shoulder injury because of all the pushing and not enough pulling. In our world, most people spend way too much time pulling. They spend tons of time with their hands in front of them, right, working on a desk or working on a computer, and almost no time with their hands behind their back, or no time actually doing pulling exercises to strengthen your back. And that's what causes shoulder pain, this imbalance between pushing and pulling. So I try to get people to do more pulling exercises, and I also show them the exercises that they need to be doing on a regular basis to keep their shoulders healthy. So hopefully that's kind of a good representation of the challenges that yogis face who are looking to deepen their practice, and also some examples of the types of people that we work with and that we've been successful with. And I think it'd be useful to talk about how I kind of got started with yoga. So I started yoga on total accident. I walked into a yoga studio when I was looking for the tailor. So I was trying to look for someone to hem my pants, and I walked into a yoga studio instead. I don't know how I managed to do that, but that's what happened. And I was already going to a workout. I was planning on going to a workout. I was planning on going to Lifetime Fitness after that workout, or after I went to the tailor. And I was like, okay, well, I've never done yoga before. I've wanted to do it for a long time now. Let me give it a shot. And it kicked my butt. It was the most challenging workout I'd ever done. If you're wondering, it was a Bikram yoga class. So it's 90 minutes, 26 postures, 105 degrees, very intense, very hot, very humid workout. And you're sweating buckets and you're struggling to breathe and make your way through it, and it's very uncomfortable. But it's a really great workout for getting stronger. And so I did that for a couple of months, and then I ended up switching to vinyasa classes, which is a more flow-based class. And I did that for a few more years. And I noticed that I was getting stronger and I was improving my mobility and my flexibility, but even though I'd been going to yoga for months and months and months, I still didn't really have a good idea of the technique. I wasn't really progressing that much in my technique. And the reason for that is because most yoga studios don't focus that much on technique. They're trying to provide an overall experience to their customers. So they're focusing on providing, that kind of zen, relaxed, and stress relief atmosphere, and it's not focused on getting a workout. You are getting a workout, but there's also other aspects of that workout involved, right? There's there's spiritual aspects, there's stress relief aspects, there's a little bit of life coaching involved. And so because they spend that time on that, you don't get as much focus on the technique. So one of my goals with starting Manful Yoga was, in addition to creating a more guy-friendly type of yoga, one that was focused more on postures that were more accessible to guys, so less flexibility required, and also catered to men's fitness focus, which is developing more strength and developing improved performance for their other workouts. But one of the other things that I wanted to do was, instead of spending time on the spiritual side, I wanted to focus on the technique. I wanted people to really understand what they should be doing with their bodies, what they should be feeling in the postures, and what those postures were doing for their bodies in terms of which muscles was it addressing? How does this help make you stronger? How is this going to make you a better runner? How is this going to make you, better at weightlifting? How is this going to help you get better posture? So it's very much an educational experience as you're getting the workout. And the workouts are much more challenging. They're much more fitness focused, and we do a lot of other things that make it more relevant to modern people, right? So people who spend time at desk, people who are inactive most of the day, but still want to be able to go out and do those physical activities that they enjoy doing. So there's a lot of different ways that we created our workouts. Not to mention we started doing more we incorporated the most effective yoga postures with other body weight exercises, and we focus way more on proper muscle activation and active mobility, right? So developing strength in end range of motion, which is something that you're just not going to do in most yoga classes. Out of all the yoga studios that I've been to, very rarely do we focus on active range of motion. The focus is mostly on passive flexibility. So what I try to do and how this helps people deepen their yoga practice. So if you already enjoy doing yoga, I'm not trying to get you to stop doing yoga. This is just something that can help complement what you're already doing with your normal yoga classes, to learn more about technique, to get stronger in different ways, to teach you how you can work on improving your muscle activation and improving active mobility and active range of motion in specific postures. So some examples of people that we have who kind of fit into this identity, or what I'm calling these paths. We've got a guy named Jesse who he was a huge guy. He's 330 pounds. He's also a giant. I mean, he's just a giant dude in general. He's like 6. I think he's 6'6" or 6'7", and he was a Highlander Games competitor. So he would throw trees. He would throw giant logs, and he would do like shot put types. I forgot what it's called, but anyways, it's kind of like the Scottish strength game event. And he was 330 pounds, and he was looking for yoga to help with not only his lifestyle change, but also because he just wanted something to help with those aspects of strength that he wasn't getting from other things. So he was looking for other yoga, and he couldn't really find anything that worked for him. And then he started doing manful yoga because it made more sense for him. The modifications were there for guys. It was more fit. It was more technique focused, so he started to understand the technique more. And he actually started getting stronger with manful yoga as opposed to other types of yoga because just the technique focus was there. I just got an email a couple of days ago, and actually it's in, I should probably post this, but this is from our manful yoga community, our private community on Facebook. But there's a guy who had been, his name is Lakshai? It's an Indian name. That's why I'm having trouble with it. But anyways, he had been doing yoga for a couple of months before doing manful yoga, and he hadn't really noticed any changes because he wasn't getting the proper advice on technique, or he wasn't doing the workouts that his body needed. He was kind of doing more general workouts. And then he started doing manful yoga, and within 5 weeks, he got to the point where he was waking up every night from back pain, and now he doesn't wake up during the night anymore. His back doesn't hurt, it doesn't bother him during the day, and it's because he started following a program that was more focused on his specific goals. So he was able to learn more about the technique, how to practice the yoga postures correctly so that he didn't get pain from them, and that he was actually starting to address the weaknesses which were causing his back pain in the first place. And he also got to do workouts that were more relevant to his goals. So instead of doing one-size-fit-all classes, he was doing workouts that fit more with his back relief, with his goals of relieving back pain. So, those are just a couple of examples of people who are deepening their yoga practice with manful yoga. And I'm making this video now and publishing it because we actually just released what I'm calling a manful yoga path, PATH. And this is a long-term series of programs, a long-term schedule of programs for yogis trying to deepen their practice. So people who already enjoy doing yoga but are looking for a more advanced type of yoga to help improve their technique, to help them learn more about the postures, and to give them more effective workouts and a greater variety of workouts, so that if you don't have 90 minutes to go to the yoga studio, you can just you can just open up your phone, you can open up your tablet, you can open up your laptop or your computer and just do a quick 20, 30 to 40 minute workout, and still get a really great workout in less time and hopefully learn a little bit more in the process. Not saying that you have to stop doing other yoga classes or change what you're doing with yoga, but this is just a way for you to learn more about technique and maybe get some aspects of yoga that you're not getting from your typical or your traditional yoga classes. So this is all now live through my Manful Yoga members area. We have open enrollment this week, so you can start for just $1. That gives you a 7-day trial, access to all of my workouts, all of my programs. And as soon as you do that, you'll be able to get instant access and get started with this deepen your practice path. So this is going on this week, and I think it's a really cool program. We already have tons of success stories from yogis who are improving and deepening their practice with Manful Yoga, and there's no reason why you won't be able to do the same. So to learn more about everything I just said, we just put this in a blog on the Manful Yoga blog. You can head to manfulyoga.com/blog/deepen-your-yoga-practice. So sorry, that's a bit of a mouthful, but manfulyoga.com/blog, and check out the most recent blog on deepening your yoga practice. So you'll be able to find that, learn about how Manful Yoga can help you deepen your yoga practice, learn about some specific strengths and weaknesses, common strengths and weaknesses of people who are already doing yoga, but might not do a more fitness-centric type of yoga. And again, it's not to say that we're telling you to practice yoga any differently. We're just giving you an option to learn more about the technique and learn more about yoga in a way that you might not get from a traditional yoga studio or a traditional yoga instructor. So check that out on the blog, manfulyoga.com/blog. I think you'll really enjoy it, especially if you're looking to improve your yoga practice, to deepen your practice, to getting stronger with yoga, to getting better results with your yoga workouts, and even to get the non-physical benefits of yoga better. You're going to have better body awareness. You're going to work more on your breathing. You're going to work more on stress relief. So not just physical, but also mental benefits and even emotional benefits that go into it. I don't need to talk about it for those benefits to come out. And that's one other thing that's kind of interesting. Even if you don't talk about the spiritual benefits or the mental benefits of yoga, they still happen. It's just the way that you're moving and the way that you're focusing on your breath and focusing on your body, that those benefits naturally happen. So I'm gonna go, since this is a live broadcast, I'm gonna see if there's any questions and I'll address those, and then I'm gonna sign off. Cool. All right. Well, let me see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, so some other examples of some stuff that we have on our on the website are we just released a pose guide, and this is pretty cool. But we go really deep into each posture. So we talk about, we give you a really detailed walkthrough of the technique for each posture. We tell you what you should do yoga for. It's very much something that people will use to not just for workouts, but also for just little tricks and tutorials to help supplement their practice, right? So just little, maybe 5, 10, 15, 20-minute videos that teach them how to do a particular pose a little bit better, or how to engage your glutes more effectively in yoga, or how to make sure that you have proper technique in your shoulders when you're doing a chaturanga. So those kinds of things. Anything? Cool. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining me today. Again, visit that blog. It's now up live at manfulyoga.com/blog/deepen-your-yoga-practice. You can also just go to the manfulyoga.com/blog and search Deepen Your Yoga Practice, and you'll find it there. And if you're watching this the week of October, let's see, it's October 18th now, we have open enrollment through October 21st. So we typically have a closed enrollment system, meaning that you cannot sign up for the Manful Yoga members area, except for 1 week every other month. And the reason why we do this is it allows us to focus on content creation, right? So if we had always kept our members area open, then we wouldn't be able to create as much content as we would, because we'd be saying, hey guys, remember, you can go sign up for the members area now. So this allows us to, instead of selling people on the members area, we focus on creating content for it. So we're able to build our product more. We're able to create more workouts, create more programs, create more tutorials, instead of spending time marketing and creating and asking people or telling people, hey, you can join the Manful Yoga community. So we only do this once every few weeks. So if you're looking for a fitness-centric type of yoga, or looking for a really really in-depth online resource to help you deepen your practice, sign up today. It's just $1 to sign up, and we have a very low cancellation rate. Actually, what is like 85%? So I think like 1 in 6 people, only 1 in 6 people who sign up for the trial end up canceling. And that's not because we make it hard to cancel. You can easily cancel with 1 click. You can do it all on the back end. You don't have to send us an email or anything. We just have a very low cancellation rate because we provide so much value in our members area. And you compare that to other products, and that cancellation rate is way higher. It's something like 40 or 50 or even 60%. And we're like 85%. So it's it's an awesome product, and we've got the success stories and the content to back it up. So if you've been watching Manful Yoga for a long time now, maybe you use the workouts on YouTube, or you've been following the Facebook page, or curious about getting the benefits of yoga, this is, in my mind, this is the best way to learn yoga and actually see results. And the really cool thing is that it doesn't take weeks and weeks and weeks to see results. You'll start feeling the difference and start moving better within your first few workouts. So it doesn't take that long for your back to start feeling better, for your knees to stop hurting more, and for your shoulders to start feeling better, and your posture to improve, and your energy levels to go up, and all that stuff happens really quickly, which I think is really cool. So, all right, I'm gonna sign off. What?
Clay wanted to know a little bit more about the upcoming challenge.
Okay.
And also maybe the Smart Start.
Cool. All right. So Clay is asking about. So every now and then in the members area, we'll do challenges. So we will do, and these are group led, or kind of like group workout programs. So this is where, as a group, we follow a set workout program. We have a workout or a program or a challenge to do every day, and then we share it in our, we talk about it in our private Facebook group. And there's a daily email that we send out to give you, motivation to go do your workout, to remind you to do it, and talk about how this particular workout or this particular video fits into the challenge as a whole. So Clay, our next challenge is either going to be, I don't know if we're going to start next week. It might be the week afterwards. But yeah, we have a new challenge coming up. So that's going to be either next week or the week after that. So that will be coming up soon. And it's going to be a 21-day challenge. So that's all the information I have right now. I haven't, that's what we have right now. And then Start Smart. So I also have a program called Start Smart, and this is an option in the members area to get a more personalized approach to your members area experience. So the way this works is, basically this is an opportunity for you to get specific advice from me about how to start using the members area. So what workout should you be doing? Should you be following a particular program in general? Are there some particular exercises that you should be doing to address whatever issues you have? So there's a questionnaire that all of these people will fill out, and I'll give you, there's 20 questions. We talk about diet, we talk about sleep, we talk about your evening habits, we talk about your exercise history, and your, if you're going through any sort of challenges with your fitness right now. And then based on those responses, I'm able to give you a very clear idea about how to move forward and get started with the members area, what workouts you should be doing, what you should be focusing on during the workouts, and just basically making sure that you spend your time as wisely as possible when you're exercising. So that's what the Start Smart program is. And yeah, you can learn more about that through the members area. There is currently there is a Start Smart banner at the top of the members area homepage. So when you log in, you'll be able to see that Start Smart. Otherwise, just go to the search section. Just click the search button and the navigation bar, and then type in Start Smart, and that will pull up the page. So, cool. All right, guys, thanks for joining me again, and I hope to see you in the members area. Have a good one.